I don't think I do it good, no, I think I do it great. They would do it if they could, they can't do it so they hate. Everybody wanna look, but nobody...
What's going on, guys? The car review guys here. Today we're doing a 2019 Honda Passport. This one does have the Elite trim level, so it does have all the bells and whistles, and it's also the all-wheel drive variant. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into some of the cinematics really quick so you can see what the outside looks like, and then let's take it for a quick spin, and then let's see what I think, and then based on what I tell you about it, tell me what you think in the comments below. So without further ado, let's jump right on into it. Let's roll.
Woo! The sunrise, late nights, wishing that this would be over. Cold ice, the same fights, we won't be getting any closer. We're supposed to be young, dumb, and free. Thought that we'd never be mean. Hoping that you'll see what we could be before we throw it all away. And pride's forsaken both of us. Always thought that we would get it right. We've been fighting 9 to 5. Always thought that you'd be by my side. All of our mistakes, what we have done.
Alright guys, so here we are in the back seat of the 2019 Honda Passport, and to be honest with you, there is like a lot of room. So obviously this is a little bit smaller than the Honda Pilot, but it's also a little bit less expensive, and it doesn't have the third row seating. But my goodness, there's so much room in this. I mean, I've got at least 8 inches until the seat. I'm 5'9". And then you got 2 cup holders over here on your left. There's a middle seat for a 5th person if you really wanted to. And then the back as well has a ton of room, which here, I'll show you right now.
Supposed to be young, dumb, and free. Thought that we'd never be mean. Hoping that you see what we could be.
And so now that you just saw that, I mean, there's just a ton of room. And then it even has heated seats back here as well, which are located in the center. Has your controls back here for your automatic temperature. And the leather's actually, it's pretty stiff, obviously, because it's a new car, but it feels really nice, and I really like this gray color in this vehicle as well. But all right, so now let's go ahead and jump right on into the drive here. Alright guys, so here we are in the front seat here real quick. So just looking at the instrument cluster there, you can see the RPMs on the very top. Obviously your temp over on the left, and fuel on the right, and mile per hour in the middle. There's obviously several screens you can go through, various settings, but I don't think we need to go through all those. So obviously this is brand new. I mean, it's got 6 miles on it. So, it has a little bit of reflection, but I don't want to pull this off because the new owner may want to pull it off himself, so I'm not going to touch it. Long story short, you have your heated steering wheel button right here. You can see it's lit because it is cold outside. Oh, come on. It's got to focus for you guys. Maybe? No? Yes? Oh, there it is. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Long story short, 28 degrees, so you have your lane keep assist here, and then this is the distance you want to keep for the adaptive cruise control, which this vehicle is equipped with on the Elite. And then over here on the left, you have your typical phone controls, answer, hang up, and voice control. With various stuff for the radio, plus minus for the volume. Over on the left, you do have your mirrors, left, right, and then wherever you want to move them to. This is to fold your mirrors. Your economy button, which in this vehicle, obviously I don't see why you wouldn't use it. Over here is your memory seating, settings 1 and 2, and then you set them with that button while pressing the other button. And then down below you have your collision assistance to prevent a collision, and then traction control, lane departure, just warning system, and then your parking sensors. So then you come over here, and down below there's a wireless phone charging station there. My phone on top is obviously not being charged, but the one on the bottom is being charged. It does have heated and cooled seats as well, which is right here. You have your heated, and then you have your cooled. Cooled is blue, you have 3 different levels of it. Heated is red, and 3 different levels is that, even though it does appear kind of orange on camera. So then over here in the middle you do have your, you know, auto temperature. Every vehicle that's in today's age that's anything other than base has that. Even some base vehicles do have that, which is definitely nice. I will point out one thing, it does have the rear settings as well, in case you want to, you know, change stuff back there because no one's sitting there, or maybe the kids are doing something they shouldn't be doing or driving you nuts. Up here is what the main display looks like on the Passport. Honestly, it's pretty standard for Honda across the board. I will say it does look clean in this vehicle. The responsiveness is actually pretty good. You can see it scrolling through there. Just a quick touch, which is definitely, I would say, is a little bit improved. It's already on the home, and then so yeah, navigation. Obviously, it's equipped with Garmin is the brand, and that's what the nav/GPS looks like. It does have the home link up here. There's 3 different buttons to program, and then you have your sunroof, typical controls, headlight, or sorry, not headlight, headlights for literally the room cabin. It does have the mirror for kids, and there's myself, if you can see that. And then push that back up. There is the sunroof. It's not a panoramic roof in this vehicle. And the steering wheel is kind of skinny, but it is nice. They do have this hole here to actually be able to drive that way, because that's very, I don't know, it's where you want to put your hand a lot, and a lot of times there's a, you know, column coming down straight in the middle, and you can't, you got to go off to the side. So that's pretty nice as well. The last couple things over on this side here, man, I don't know why this isn't focusing for you guys. Okay, there you go. So you can see the hood latch down there, and then just a little bit to the left you do have the gas and the rear hatch. So let's go ahead, and I lied to you in the back seat and said we're going to get in this drive, but I wanted to go over some of the main stuff in the cabin here. So without further ado, let's jump on this drive to see how it actually drives. And so yeah, let's go ahead and jump on the road, and I'll let you guys know how it feels. Let's roll.
Before we throw it all away, and pride's forsaken both of us, always thought that we would get it right. We've been fighting 9 to 5, always thought that you'd be by my side.
Alright, so we're in the first drive in the 2019 Honda Passport. As always in my videos, the first thing I noticed about this vehicle, and this one's kind of funny, is the steering wheel's like small. Like the radius is pretty big, but like where you're grabbing is actually kind of small. So kind of weird on today's vehicles nowadays, but I mean, it's not a big deal. It just, that's the first thing that I noticed. So you can hear a little bit of the road noise, but it's actually not bad in this vehicle, in my opinion. The heated steering wheel and the heated seats warmed up quite quickly and very well. I was very pleased with those in this cold weather. The suspension, pretty smooth as well. I actually like the suspension better in this than I did in the Pilot. Maybe it has to do with the wheelbase length. I really don't know. I'm not a freaking engineer, and I'm not even going to try to be. But it rides smoother than the Pilot, in my opinion. The visibility out of this thing, gosh dang it, it's like looking in a fishbowl. I mean, it's like so good. I mean, there's like the windows are just massive all the way around, which is a good thing, especially for it being, you know, a family SUV. So it's not like typically your high performance cars type drivers. It's usually someone that's maybe not as good at driving or doesn't really care, or just has to take care of the kids, whatever. But yeah, I mean, overall it's actually pretty nice. The only downfall, I guess, of this vehicle is you don't have the third row seat. But I mean, that's kind of why they produced it, to be a little bit smaller. But it's also, you know, it's just that in-between vehicle for SUV size. And SUVs are really, really popular nowadays. So, guy almost just ran a red light. He wasn't too smart. The acceleration, not great. Not great. Obviously, not what it's made for. The Pilot, considerably faster than this. I'd have to look up the stats to confirm that, but I'm just telling you the way it feels at least. Pilot, way faster. Let's see, gas mileage. Gas mileage is a big question, especially with it being a Honda. People, you know, it's kind of what they're known for is their gas mileage. So this particular vehicle gets roughly 20 mpgs in the city and 25 to 26 on the highway. To me, that's not bad, especially the size of this. To me, the comparable SUV is the Ford Explorer. The Ford Explorer, I would also say, is a little faster. However, the gas mileage is not quite as good. Some owners may say they get pretty decent gas mileage, but if you push the Explorer at all, this will definitely get better gas mileage when being slightly pushed. But as far as the size, people, the back area, this is like hand in hand with an Explorer, if you ask me. The Explorer does have the option to have that third row, which then makes your back storage just a freaking joke. So there is that option. I don't believe there's going to be a third row option in this. I don't foresee that being in the future as well, unless I'm wrong. But that's kind of why they made the Pilot in general. So the comfort wise for the seats, to me, they're very comfortable. They don't hug you at all. They're very open. No offense to anyone, I'm just saying, but if you weigh 300 pounds, then you would be very comfortable in this seat. It's very wide. There's no bolsters on it. It does have an armrest for your arm, which is very nice as well. The headrest is out of your way. I mean, matter of fact, if you like using a headrest, it may be a little disappointing because, I mean, your head goes like way back. But all in all, really good. Mirrors are huge, which is great for visibility as well. But yeah, I mean, all the bells and whistles on this thing, like I showed you there just a little bit ago: heated, cooled seats, heated steering wheel, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist. It's got all that, which is freaking awesome. And then obviously for those in wintertime that are really affected by wintertime, it does have the all-wheel drive system in this. Price point wise, which is also a huge question, this car, or this SUV in particular, is roughly in the 44 range. You can go up maybe just a little more in price, not much, but you can definitely go down in price because this is the Elite. I'm sure this is missing a couple little tiny options or add-ons, and you can add a little bit, but for the most part, pretty cool. For the lane departure system, I did want to mention on this, instead of it like just steering you back, it literally will shake the wheel back and forth to let you know, like, hey, pay attention, you're about to leave your lane. It can be cool, it can not, however you perceive that. Personally, I'm not a fan of how it does that, but that's just me. It is definitely a cool safety feature though, to let you know that. Overall, I'd give this vehicle an 8 out of 10, but I would definitely pick this over the Pilot, but not if I had a large family. Obviously, if I even had a family of 5, I would want that third row in the Pilot, especially when the gas mileage is pretty comparable. The Pilot's about 1 mile per gallon worse than this, but yeah. overall, guys, thank you for watching this. This is the 2019 Honda Passport, and this will be a really good success in my opinion for Honda. But without further ado, we've gotten it back to the dealership. We're gonna go ahead and get it parked. Please like, please subscribe, and thank you for your guys' continued support. And let's get to that 1,000 subscribers. We're only about 200 or so away. So please help me out, smash that subscribe button. And as always, thank you and have a great day.